Hey, and welcome back to the third free video in the Serve and Grow Rich program that teaches you how to make more money in your current restaurant job. This message has two ideas in it, including the one that I think is the most important. That you are the CEO of your own food services corporation. Embracing this idea will transform your current job into what is essentially a brand new opportunity. Think about this for a second. After you've been hired and trained, you show up for work in your uniform. You go over the list of 42 things that need to be done before you can start your shift. And then your manager goes into the kitchen to find out why people are screaming. When you are alone in front of your station or your bar with 12 stools, your tables with 16, 20, or 32 seats, you are literally in charge of your own mini sub-restaurant, and the opportunity is amazing. All you had to do was pay for your uniform and, let's say, your transportation to get to work. The cost of the multi-million-dollar building was borne by someone else. The menu was developed by someone else. The marketing was done by someone else. All the labor, the utilities are paid for by someone else. Customers just walk in the restaurant waving their wallets in the air, saying, "I'm here and I want to spend this." And all you have to do is walk up to them. This is amazing. As you know, at the end of your shift, your sales are going to be the primary determinant as to what you make, called your tips. We covered that in the last video. Your level of service, the real level of service, can influence people up or down, as can the perceived level. But you really are your own boss in the restaurant industry. When I finally realized this near the end of my restaurant career, I looked back and realized I had never worked for anyone else except myself. You will, of course, follow all restaurant rules and guidelines, but when you're interacting with the customers, they really are your customers, and you can make the most out of this opportunity if you begin your shift thinking like you're the boss. Yes, you have to follow whatever rules exist, but when you're interacting with the customers, it's completely up to you how much you make. You can sell $80,000 a year or $120,000 a year. You are limited by practicality, but everybody can increase their sales by 10% in the first week using the ideas in this free program. It really is so cool when you think about what a restaurant job is. It's a building. You walk in, and then 6, 7, 8 hours later, you walk out with money in your pocket. That's very rare in this country. It's a great opportunity, and I hope that you will make the mental shift from being an employee to being the CEO of your own company. I've worked with a great many sarcastic and funny people over the years, and occasionally someone would say, well, if it was a job, we'd get a paycheck. And while this is very sarcastic, it is also very true. Everyone knows the vast majority of restaurant workers who are tipped get, I think it's $2.13, $3.19, and after taxes are taken out, you often have a paycheck of zero or even owe a little bit. So you know it's up to you. And this leads me to the second idea. We've covered in the first video the three components that make up your tips. I've just talked about how you are the CEO of your own restaurant business. I used to look behind me at the bar and imagine a neon sign that said Frank's Place, even though I was working in a place that was not called Frank's Place. So take into account these two primary ideas. What's going to happen is you're going to realize that you are 100% responsible for your income. And taking responsibility is a great moment. It will inspire you to become more optimistic. You will have a better attitude. I think optimism is actually the most important soft skill that you can develop in your restaurant career. As I'll say later in the program, People do not have to go to restaurants. They go there because they have a deep, deep hunger for something other than chicken wings or cheeseburgers or whatever is popular today. They want to be around people. But let's face it, life is difficult. It is hard to make it happen every single day for everybody, not just restaurant workers. They go into a restaurant because it is a manufactured environment of optimism. Look at the way restaurants have changed over the last few decades. They are literally engineered to create happiness. And people understand this at a deep level, and they're willing to pay to walk into a situation that is happy, which in my opinion is a variant of optimistic. They want to be around the sound of other human beings, the boisterousness of people coming and going, getting up, sitting down, eating, talking, laughing. That is all. They're all variants of optimism. It's life. So if you understand this, and you understand you're responsible for your income, and your attitude is improved, project an air of optimism. It is a great day to be eating at Shedderwick's simply because we're both here. You, the customer, and me, the server. If you can really be optimistic and not just fake it, again, this goes back to the idea of being genuine. You are happy to be there because that is how you're paying your rent and your lifestyle and all the other things that money can buy. Money can buy most things that you actually need. So those are the two ideas in this message. Number one, you are the CEO of your own food services corporation, and your sales will determine your income. Number two, once you realize this and take responsibility for your income, your attitude is going to improve automatically without you having to say, I want to have a good attitude. You will have one because you are responsible for how much money you leave the restaurant with at the end of your shift. Thanks for watching the third video. I'm clearly excited, so please join me in the fourth video.